Doop, 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 doop. Now, actually, I think we might need to call it sometime soon because I am at that stage of tired where my eyes are burning.
You do that a lot.
Yeah, I do. I don't sleep well a lot.
Let's see if I can enclose the emerald spawner in the meantime.
Let me try and gather some dirt resource. But you know, yeah, I don't sleep well a lot. Everyone's like, you went to bed the same time as Angel, and that was blah. I'm like, yeah, well, that doesn't mean I fell asleep at the same time. I usually fall asleep about 2 hours after she's fallen asleep. Welcome to insomnia. And for some reason, my internal clock, regardless of what time I fall asleep, is set to go off at some point between 2 and 3. Like, up till 8 a.m., getting up at 2.
So what is it, 3 blocks out from the spawner that they can spawn?
Yeah. And 3 blocks out from the spawner, they'll spawn and basically build a wall in a 4th block.
Right.
I'm bringing more dirt to help. Getting the emerald zombies up and running.
Might as well.
I noticed there's one thing there isn't. There's no way to get wither skeletons.
No?
Nah. Oh wow, look at all the villagers.
Unless they're in the end.
Yeah. That's a good point. Of course, that's the interesting thing, because of course the end dragon will spawn even on easy mode.
Mm-hmm.
So that could end up being trouble. What do you have? I'm just gonna sit here and bully the goddamn villagers. You have stupid offers. Die. I mean, I'm not even feeling bad about this. One of you comes up with something decent, I won't kill you, but the rest of you all have to die. Soon enough, we're just gonna have tons and tons and tons of villagers that have wandered their way this way.
I know, that's why I put a floor under them.
Fair enough. We're gonna have friends over for lunch forever.
The lunch is them.
Yeah. There needs to be a cannibalism. Oh, there probably is a cannibalism mod for Minecraft. Lets you get meat out of villagers. I kind of want...
It's one of those things where you'd be surprised if there wasn't.
Yeah, it is, really. I mean, if there wasn't, I would be surprised that some psychotic person hadn't created that, considering all of the other mods I've seen for Minecraft. I saw someone who came up with a sex mod for Minecraft. There's no reason for that at all. And it was still all square anyway. Congratulations, you now have a penis rectangle. Feel bad that this is something you actively sought out. Alright. Well, hello villagers. You give watermelon. That's actually not too bad. Flint and steel, flint and steel. You give cookies. Alright, you have to die with the spare flint and steel. Fine, I can still... Or that could be useful. You, cookie villager, you get to live for now. Let me see. Changed my mind. Y'all have to die now. Bye. Aw, that's not nearly as awesome as I thought it would be. Alright.
What?
I put lava down. I was hoping it would spawn, so the villagers would spawn in directly and die, but instead it just went directly for the nearest edge and disappeared.
That's what it does. Where are you going?
I'm gonna go get more dirt.
I thought you brought more dirt.
I did. I used it under the villagers.
Oh.
I'll get more. Are you using dirt or wood?
I'm expanding the path around the spawner perimeter with dirt, but I have wood to build the structure with.
Spawn faster, you a-holes. That's
Well,
enough.
I spent quite a while collecting.
Yeah. That's something I'm never really going to be able to force myself to watch. The new A-Team movie that came out a couple years ago.
I saw it in the theater.
I loved that show for some reason. I mean, for some reason, I thought that was the best show ever and watched it obsessively for a while. And years later, I'm like, okay, it was funny, but it wasn't obsession funny. I mean, of course, then there was... I probably told you about the cardboard stand-up of Mr. T that actually made my friend's grandmother have a minor heart attack.
I don't recall.
Okay, well, the point is my friend went to a place to buy something, like some shampoo for his girlfriend. And he walked in, and there's a gigantic, like, life-sized cardboard stand-up of Mr. T right inside the front door, holding an electric razor. And he looks at it and says, "Oh my God, please, please, can I have that?" And Clark looks at him and goes, "Well, we're taking it down in like 2 weeks, so give me your number. I'll write your number down, and I'll call you when we get rid of it." And he's like, "Please, please don't forget this. I really, really don't want, or I really, really want that." Mm-hmm. Like, okay, we'll remember. And, sure enough, a couple weeks later, they call him, and he's at the time living with his great-grandmother. His great-grandmother is a mean-spirited, awful, racist little woman whose favorite phrase was, "I would kill myself if it wasn't a sin." And, he's living with her, and he's completely sure that she's sneaking into his room when he's not there and looking through his shit so to make sure he's not on drugs or something, because she distrusts everyone. So he takes the cardboard stand of Mr. T, sneaks it in when she's out, sets it up so that it is so that it is directly inside of the door to his room, tapes a plastic, like, Halloween costume axe into its hand, paints it, like, he had spray painted it with, like, metallic silver paint so it looked more realistic.
Yeah.
And then arranged everything so that when she opened the door, all she would see would be a huge black guy with an axe standing directly behind the door. And he came home from work the next day and found his grandmother lying in the hallway outside, or his great-grandmother lying in the hallway outside of his room. Not, dead or anything, but out cold because she fainted.
Yeah.
And he went, called 911. Then the police arrived and were like, "What happened?" It's like, "Well, she went into my room and I found her laying in the hallway in front of my room unconscious." And they're like, "Well, what was she doing?" He's like, "I don't know, considering it's my room." Like, "We're going to have a look in there." "Go ahead." "Well, why do you have that in there?" "Because it's my room." And say what you want, motherfucker would be willing to risk, a night in jail to make a point. He didn't actually spend it in jail, but he would have, he was prepared to fully. And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, it's my room. I can put a giant cardboard stand-up of an angry black man in there if I want. I don't see why I couldn't." "Don't you think that was a little much for her?" Like, "Well, she's not supposed to be in my room, so I don't know how it could be a little much for her." She was a bad person. I feel no regret whatsoever for saying anything, or for hearing anything bad to have happened to her. And she was, one of those, I say I'm a bad person. She was a bad person.
Yeah.
Though that was the best story I ever heard regards to, because she used to be a nurse. And one day she came home apparently tired and just beat because she'd been talking to a new mother. And it's like, well, you know, what's the baby's name? And she's like, well, it's Cephalius. She's like, that's a really pretty name, I guess. Where did you come up with it? Like, oh, well, I was looking at her, his father's medical records, and I saw it written down in there, and it sounds so pretty, I thought I'd go with it. And, like, what? Finds the husband's medical records, syphilis.
Uh-huh.
Somewhere out there is a baby named Syphilis. Well, actually, at this point, probably about a 60-year-old man named Syphilis. So, that was one of those. That's amazing. The funny thing is, whenever I tell that story to any of my friends who are black, the first question they ask is, "It was a black woman, wasn't it?" Like, no, it wasn't. Keep in mind, this was back during... Well, at the time she was doing that was back during the 30s. There were plenty of... Or 30s in Dundalk. There were plenty of uneducated white people around to come up with some goofy-ass names. But yeah, Cephalius. That's amazing in so many ways.
I wonder what the middle name was, because that's obviously what that person would have gone with in life.
Clap. Yeah, because whatever your middle name is, if your first name is Syphilis, you go by whatever your other name, even if it is Clap. What's your middle name? Gonorrhea. Why do you prefer to be called Gonorrhea? Because my first name is Syphilis, and apparently gonorrhea is considered the most beautiful word in the English language. Like, there are experts out there who figured this out, like it was important. Given the standards of what people consider to be beautiful words, gonorrhea is the most beautiful word. Well, I'm not gonna argue the point, because I don't know how to argue this. I'm just gonna curl up in an ass ball here for a while.
Ass ball.
I'm gonna curl up here and I'm gonna pretend that I didn't hear anything about this. Yes, and everyone is now acting all goddamn surprised, apparently, that people on Family Guy didn't permanently kill off one of the most popular characters on the show. Who the hell thought they would? It's like, Brian was dead for what, 2 episodes? I didn't care. I didn't watch any of them because I knew he was going to be coming back. Because it's television. But yeah. Now everyone's acting like, oh my god, sudden twist. I'm like, no, it's not. Please stop pretending it is. I mean, like the creator said, really? What idiots thought that we were going to permanently kill him off? We would have had to have been high. Yeah, well, apparently a lot of people did. I'm not one to say I told you so, but I'm one to say I told you so. Because... well, I lit up this walkway for no other reason than because I could. And I brought more dirt. Do we need more dirt?
Well, the path could be enclosed.
And also...
Or enlarged.
You could also go out and do what I had originally done in the first place and start working on enclosing the villagers.
The emerald thing's gonna need more tuning.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to come back with a piston and lower the drop chamber.
Yeah. Lower the drop chamber with the piston, or are you just gonna do it 1 block at a time?
I'm gonna use the piston drop thing we've been using.
Yeah, I mean, like...
Since I figured it out.
Well, I should say, are you going to take out the floor, or are you going to,
No, here. I'm gonna lower this. Because it's not far enough for them to fall in and not get knocked back up into the thing
Yeah.
when you hit them.
You could always make a waterfall and... Wait, I only have lava on it. Wait, that'd be a horrible idea.
And anyway, I'm not using your waterfall trap thing.
Wait, you all stay the fuck in there. We still need to get iron for rails, and we can... Yeah, there's a nice empty space. Well, what is that, that spawner over there? I think that's...
I think that's a skeleton.
Alright, so off of that...
Or a cow.
I'll build out there a little and check.
It's a skeleton or a cow, I'm not sure.
Cow skeletons, which would be interesting, which means we'll never see them in Minecraft. I really wish they'd do more with base Minecraft.
Yeah, that's a skeleton.
Yeah, which I think has some sort of seeds.
Probably melon. Since we already obtained pumpkin.
Yeah.
I think.
It's either melon or wheat.
Didn't we obtain wheat?
We've got wheat through grass, but that's about it. I think, I'll build up these platforms a bit. At some point. That way well, actually I'll build up the land masses a bit.
Fill in between the platforms?
Yeah, make it a little safer for us. Because we do kind of have dangerous little skyways here. But at the same time, that's kind of interesting. In that, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, I'm gonna die sort of way. Let me see, we got carrots, we've got glowstone, who could ask for anything more, but everything. I like everything. Yeah. Let me see. Oh, but I think it might be a good time to call it for the session, though. We can do some building up and so forth if we need. But I am actually pretty damn exhausted and probably going to go away in a minute and make a large pot of coffee so that I can actually stay up.
Why are you staying up?
Look after Mom.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I'm tired too.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll call it here, and we'll see you all next time when hopefully we'll have a game plan.
No.
No, we never will.